Good morning.
Good morning. Is it good morning or
Well,
good
it's good morning in the United States. Good
Okay.
morning. So I'm with my friend Mirela about the importance of killing the cow and what that really means. So what is it? Tell us.
Very interesting. When I was telling this story in my Global Woman, the most interesting part of the whole thing, I mean, I speak a lot, but I don't know why people relate so much with the story of the cow. I finished my book, Don't Let Your Mind Go, with this story. And I had the same, it had the same impact in Amsterdam, where I ended up in a big newspaper, the whole page in that big newspaper, one of the biggest newspaper in Netherlands, talking, have you killed your cow? So you did the same question. And yes, that's a very important questions. A lot of that they have everything. But sometimes we forget that we can have more from life. And the story of the cow is about a family that was very poor. And the student was doing a research and asked his professor, said, I would like to study this family and find out why they are very poor. And the professor said, okay, let's go and find it out. And it's a book with this title of, by the way, called Have You Killed Your Cow? And they decide to go together and find out why this family is poor. They go there and knock on the door, and a man opens the door, very tired. It was the end of the day, but still very welcoming. They invite them in, and they invite them to have dinner together as well. So they put everything in the table. But everything, all the meal is very nice, but all the products that they put in the table, they are products from the cow. It's the milk, the cheese, the yogurt, the meat, everything that is related with the cow. And the conversation is the same. So all the time, all the evening, all the family members, they are talking only about the cow. Have you milked the cow? Has the cow eaten? Oh, thanks God we have the cow. If we don't have the cow, there is no life. We don't know what we'd do if the cow was not in our life. And the professor was staying silent, and the student was keeping notes. And the next morning, early in the morning, the professor calls the student and said, let's go, we need to go. The student said, oh, hold on, we haven't found out yet. I'm still doing my research. He said, no, I know the answer, come with me. So they leave, and at the end of the yard, they go to the cow's place, and the professor takes a knife and kills the cow. And the student gets terrified and said, what have you done? All they had is this cow. How can you do this? This is horrible. This family can't survive now because everything in their life was about the cow. How can you do this? So it was really devastating for the student to see his professor killing the cow of this family, where the cow was the main source of life for this family. So 1 year later, the professor calls the student and said, have you heard? I don't have that courage to follow up and see what happened, because what you did was really terrible. And said, should we go and find out, and should we go and see what happened? So the professor convenes the student, and they walk together and they go. And when they go there, they knock on the door, but they arrive, a 2-floor house, a beautiful house, and a gentleman opens the door smiling and says, oh, welcome, Professor. Long time we haven't seen you, and we didn't manage to say goodbye to you. And they go in, and the professor asks the man, said, I can see a lot of changes in your life, beautiful house, what happened? Oh, Professor, I don't know how to describe the pain and everything that we had to go through because our neighbors killed the cow. And we were in a big grief for a couple of weeks. We were just grieving, and we didn't know what to do with our life because the cow was everything we had. But later on, we had to sort out how we make our living and what we do with our lives. So we just realized that the only thing that we have is the land around, and the only thing that we could do is to go out and work the land And so we started to work the land, and we, with the products that we got from the land, we sold them to our neighbors, and we made some money, and we started to invest the money in our things, other things in life, and yeah, we built this house, and the lives go on. Now, at the end of this book, the question is, have you identified your cows?
So basically, the cow is what that limiting belief is that's holding you back from moving forward. After I had cancer, I had that cow in my life. The cancer was like giant cow for me.
You needed to kill it.
I needed to kill it, and what I needed to do is brush myself off, pick myself up, and move on. After the divorce in my life, the same thing. I've had a lot of cows, and since this talk, all I've been thinking about are what are all the cows in my life, and how do I move forward? So what I'm thinking about, and what we're going to talk about over coffee right now, is how to kill your cows.
Now the question is, first of all, have you identified the cows in your life? It can be a job, it can be a place, it can be a person, it can be a relationship. It can be something that you think that is the only thing. Thanks God you have that person, or thanks God you have that 9-to-5 job that if you get redundant, probably you can't leave. But before you get redundant, probably it's time for you to kill that cow and to say, I'm going to resign. I mean, look, this is not the message, but I don't want you guys to resign. I don't want you to get this message wrong. But what I am trying to say is that nobody can teach you something that you don't know, and you usually don't give tips and we don't give advices before people connect with the stories and they get the message of the story. So the message is, do you have any cow? If not, that's great, because not necessarily you should have a cow.
We all have cows. And there's all something that we're holding on to. And initially, after you kill the cow, there is that transition period. But you just have to go step by step through it, and you come to the other end. And if right now, if you're currently experiencing a dead cow in your life, just brush yourself off and just go step by step, because the field can be plowed. You can really enjoy your life and you can move on. Killing the cow is not the end of the story. It's just the end of the first act. In the second act, you get to invent what you want and move on and do it however you want. And this is just like, they say that you learn more things from your fairy tales and from fables than you learn from anything else. So the kill the cow story, let that be the fable that you're learning from today, because it's true. We all have some dead cows in our lives, or we all have cows that we need to get rid of, but it's scary. And killing the cow is scary, and moving on is scary. And if you look at life as scary, well, then you're just scared. But if you just look at it as, okay, next, you can move on and just think, all right, that cow is gone. Now I'm going to move on and plant the land. There's always an option. So what I want to say is, have a really great day. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you, Janet. It was lovely to spend some time with you, and I hope
we see you
the
soon.
message makes sense.
Okay, bye.
See you soon.